Grand Blanc Township, Michigan. A Sunday morning worship service turned into a scene of horror and confusion when a gunman drove a vehicle into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, in Grand Blanc Township, then opened fire. 4 people were killed and at least 8 more wounded. The violence began around 10:25 a.m. local time, when the suspect rammed his truck to the front doors of the church, which is located approximately 50 miles north of Detroit. After smashing the vehicle into the building, he opened fire on congregants who had gathered for Sunday services. Hundreds were inside, including children. The fire also broke out inside the church, which authorities believe the gunman deliberately started using an accelerant, likely gasoline. Explosive devices were discovered at the scene. The suspect, Thomas Jacob Sanford. Police have identified the shooter as Thomas Jacob Sanford, age 40. He was a former U.S. Marine, described by officials as having a distinguished service record. After the attack started, law enforcement officers confronted him in the church parking lot. 2 officers responded within about 30 seconds of the first emergency calls. The suspect was shot and killed in an exchange of gunfire outside the building, roughly 8 minutes after the incident began. Victims and aftermath. Of those hit, 1 was initially declared dead. As the night progressed, 3 additional victims were found and declared dead, 1 by gunshot, and 2 in the burned remains of the church. 7 people are currently in stable condition, and 1 is in critical condition. Because parts of the church remain damaged or unsafe, officials believe there may still be additional victims to be found once the area is fully cleared. Community response and investigation. In a press conference, Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Renai warned the public that we do believe we will find additional victims once we're able to search that building, once there's no signs of fire reigniting. He also praised congregants for their courage, noting that many shielded children during the attack and took steps to get them to safety. The governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, issued a statement expressing heartbreak and calling the violence unacceptable, especially in a house of worship. The FBI's Detroit field office has asked the public to help by providing any tips or relevant information to aid in the investigation. Nearby striking nurses at a local hospital left their picket line to assist first responders, citing that human lives matter more than our labor dispute. In nearby churches and communities, people gathered for prayer vigils, expressing sorrow, solidarity, and a desire for healing. Broader reflections. This act of violence has struck a nerve beyond Grand Blanc, especially because houses of worship are often seen as safe havens. Religious communities across the U.S. have responded with shock, concern, and renewed calls for safeguarding congregants. The timing is also poignant. The shooting took place just 1 day after the death of Russell M. Nelson, the then president of the LDS Church. While motivations remain unclear, investigators are working to uncover what led Sanford to carry out such a brutal assault. As more evidence surfaces, including ballistic reports, digital forensics, and witness testimonies, authorities may shed light on motives, planning, and whether this was an act of personal grievance, ideological intent, or something else entirely. The Michigan shooting is a brutal reminder that even in places of worship, in moments of reflection and community, danger can strike. The healing process will be long for the families of the victims, the injured, the congregants, and the local community. In the days ahead, law enforcement, religious leaders, and residents will be grappling with both grief and the need to prevent future tragedies.